Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Juan Cristales here, man. I'm excited to have you guys here. We are doing duplex build to rent. This is a duplex ground up new construction that we're doing in Texas. Now, check this out. We just passed our sheathing inspection. So, part of the sheathing inspection is they're going to look at the nails, like how many nails you put every so often. You have to have a nail every 6 inches here on the corners, and then over here you're allowed to have every 12 inches on center, whatever. The point is that like the framers know that stuff. Now, I keep telling the story about when I was in the military and how we had different people doing different specialties, and it's the exact same thing here. Don't be intimidated by the fact that you need to pass inspections because you personally are not the person passing inspection. It's the contractor that is standing inspection. So that's a very clear delineation. So if there's any issues that show up in this project, these are going to be on him and his responsibility to go back and fix them. Now, of course, you as the builder being responsible for the entire thing, borrowing the money, taking the risk, doing all the stuff that you need to do, of course you need to know a little bit about this stuff, but you don't need to be the subject matter expert. Now, I think I've been intimidating some of you guys with a little bit of the knowledge, but that's a little bit because I just have been doing it for a while. I'm not trying to be intimidating. I just want you guys to get a good idea of what it takes. Now, this is an electrician, and good on him for getting out there a little bit earlier. He didn't even tell me. He went out there and started marking the walls where all the light switches go, the plugs are going to be going, all this other stuff to kind of help do that and kind of just get ahead of the game, even though, as you can see right here, we don't have a roof yet. Now, these things are not going to corrode or break in the rain if it does rain, but it doesn't look like we have any rain coming up. One of the other things, again, we are not the subject matter experts. The electrician is the subject matter expert. He has to be a master licensed electrician to be able to work inside the city limits. So that's a very clear point. We know this stuff because we do it on a regular basis. But so I was just showing you the box, the front of the box this way. Now I'm showing you the side of the box. So because the side of the box is like this, just one of the things that you'll notice, like why is the box sticking out like that a little bit? Well, it's because the sheetrock, once the sheetrock gets put right here on the side, it'll be flush with the box. Okay, and that's the purpose. These guys, the reason why those guys do that. So one of the other things that you can see here, he's put in the can lights. Again, this is stainless steel stuff. It's not going to corrode in the rain. It's not going to be an issue. The goal right now is to get this thing all covered up tomorrow or Saturday, get it all covered up with the plywood, and that gives it one level of protection. And then the roofers are going to be coming in maybe on Sunday, maybe on Monday, and then we're going to be completely dried in for the purposes of getting water inside. Now, I love it when we get a big rain right after the roof because at this point, any water leaks from the roof leaking are going to be very, very minimal. But you want to be able to see that because in the event that you do have a leak or something like that, you can go ahead and address it right away. We really haven't had any of those issues, but I highly recommend that maybe even taking a water hose and just pouring it over the top to make sure that stuff is done correctly. The city will come out and also inspect the roof, and especially whenever you're close to a coastal city, like near the water, near the big oceans, with high winds, they're going to inspect the roof definitely, and how deep the nails go and all kinds of stuff. But anyways, don't worry about that stuff. We're not going to be dealing with that here. We're just going right now through the framing portion. So super exciting. We got a lot of stuff done, guys. And let's see here. I got a quick video for you. Hang on. All right. So one of the challenges with working with some of these guys, man, they have a lot of experience. Okay. Some of these guys have been working in this particular industry for, a decade, 15, 20 years, 25 years. Some of these guys have been around the block, but their primary language is going to be Spanish. And so as you can see here, they're writing in Spanish. Cocina means kitchen. I mean, I understand that because I speak Spanish, but some of you guys may not. You're going to be dealing, especially in Texas, you're going to be dealing with a lot of Spanish speakers. Estufa for stove. Again, cocina for kitchen. So on and so forth, guys. And basically what he's doing, he's marking where the plugs, the GFIs are going to be going, all that kind of stuff. He's marking it so that, whenever the workers, the journeymen that go in there and actually run the lines and they're connecting all the stuff, they have an idea of where it needs to go. So that way they're not having to be there constantly with the plans looking to see what's here, what's that, what's that. They can just quickly look on the walls on these 2x4s that he's written out and what needs to be there. So you see GFCI right there. So anyways, that's really the part of the job of the electrician. He has to stand inspection. Okay. Now, whenever I say we, is because we're a team, right? We're the leaders of this team, and we're going to be standing inspection together. But if there's any issues with the electrician not passing, he's the one who has to go out there and repair it, fix it, and stuff like that. He and I have agreed to a price going into this business. Okay. We are, hey, this is what we're going to be paying you. That's it. Like, if you mess up and you have to pay a reinspection fee, we make it very, very clear that if they fail an inspection, they have to pay for the reinspection fee, because we pay for the permit, we pay for the whole thing. So, whenever you put it on them for that purpose, they're usually very clean about ensuring that they don't fail inspections. So that's one of the ways that we use to ensure that these guys pass inspection the very first time. Or if there's a reinspection, it's nothing too crazy. They just proceed and correct or something like that. Is sometimes what they tell you. All right, guys. The next inspection is going to be for the exterior. The next inspection is going to be for the windows. So we have to ensure that the windows are properly installed before we cover anything up. We're going to have this thing covered with Tyvek. The Tyvek is the house wrap. So this inspection is called the moisture barrier and window inspection. And the moisture barrier is basically that Tyvek paper to ensure that any water that comes, if it does come through the siding, that it can wick away from the house. And that's what we want. And then they're going to be doing an inspection in these areas of the windows to ensure that there's no water coming in or can get in according to the way it's supposed to be installed. But again, this is part of the framer's job. If they fail, it's going to be their responsibility. You don't need to go over there and inspect them like you are an inspector, because you're not. You're just the brains behind the operation. You're putting the plan together. You're ensuring the team is doing what they're supposed to be doing, quickly moving without being sloppy, and ensuring this project gets done all the way to completion. So you can either sell it or you can rent it out, whatever you want to do. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Thanks so much for watching. I will catch you on the next one.